Welcome everyone to Amble Fun Channel. What will happen to the man who spent for years in the forest? Today I would like to introduce Mr. William. Come and enjoy a different life in nature. Sexy bare shoulders exude aristocratic temperament. The 48-degree heat makes him look rosy. When the wood is chipped away layer by layer, the inside is hollowed out little by little. Ants swarm on the ground. Also come to cheer for the noble brother. The old bacon hanging there is also waiting. After half a day of hard work, what appears is a international standard bathtub. The drainage holes below show 5-star class. Are you done? Then you are completely wrong. I saw him move another wooden bar. He swung the hammer down decisively. I didn't expect this guy to be so strong. Then he used the knife to cut into the tree trunk, sharpening the tool skillfully. After a while of sharpening, the axe became even sharper. He used charcoal to draw the desired shape. Then he chiseled a groove along the shape. After a while of chiseling, the wild water bucket was basically formed. The young man used all his strength to move the bathtub to the water pipe. Can everyone tell me if this bathtub is durable? No need for modern tools. How to stay in the wilderness, making a perfect and practical fishing tool. I believe many people born in the 80s and 90s did this. Even the raging river is in your hands. Let's see how this noble guy did it. After careful inspection, without a word, he moved a few large rocks, using boulders to build a stone wall to block the water. The disobedient rock will be thrown away. The pieces are neatly arranged to form a small stream. Setting up a fish trap under the exit. This is the traditional way of fishing. Have you learned it yet? Then the noble brother took local materials. In just a moment, he had cut a bundle of bamboo, then used bamboo to measure the required length. The wood is piled tightly into the stream bed, bamboo placed above to make a low-bearing bridge. The split bamboo pieces are arranged in an order. Then use green bamboo rope to tie them tightly. Finally, you can install each bamboo stick one by one. In a short time, a 6-meter-long bamboo bridge was woven. Everyone was fooled. This was a fish trap he came up with himself. A fully automatic fishing tool was successfully created. The next step is to wait for the fish to jump in. Half a day passed in the blink of an eye. The hot-tempered nobleman had reached the riverbank. At a glance, there were only a few small fish. Obviously, this wasn't enough for dinner, so the noble brother released them into his fish pond, so they could get married and have children here. Dinner was still stewed rice with bacon. He was still as fussy as ever. A small bowl of all must be filled. The next morning he returned to the trap he had set before. Half of the fish caught in the trap had died. The noble brothers will appraise the fish trap today to eat fresh fish. He went alone behind the mountain, cut down the 2 largest bamboos. He returned to his residence during stop. First split the bamboo into pieces. Separate the green bamboo and the yellow bamboo. He never wasted a moment. His small, delicate hands moved back and forth between the bamboos. If the bamboo did not obey, he beat it with a wooden stick. Without 30 minutes, an exquisite chair has taken shape. He heated the bamboo over the fire. This will make the bamboo more durable. The noble boy came to the river bank again. The trap did not go as expected way. After processing all the leaves, the bamboo mat is placed on the fish trap. Then, he picks up the basket, cut a hole with a knife, then put the basket in the right position. Then, he picks up a few more banana leaves. Reduce friction for fish. It must be said, with this idea, people with IQ under 200 cannot think of it. The night passed so quickly. The noble brother took small steps to the stream. Unfortunately, there were only a few small fish. Luckily, all the fish are alive and healthy. I just see time passing by day. The number of fish in the fish pond is increasing day by day. After a round of selection, he decided to keep a few to raise. How to stay in the wild. raising thousands of baby fish. Today I will show you the secret of this farmer. Like a noble wild, must build a place for the mother fish. First, he dug a small hole next to the fish pond. Then he polished it carefully with his hands, covered it with a layer of grass. Then he picked up some weeds, cleaned the mud, cut off the head and keep the tail. This way, the mother fish will rub the weeds, create conditions for the ovulation process to go smoothly. This noble friend really knows a lot. The 2 water pipes above are the clean water supply system. Insert chopped palm leaves around. Build a luxurious villa for the mother fish. Cool and comfortable. This is the most luxurious maternity hospital for fish I had ever seen. Then he opened the drainage dam. The clear lake water gushed out. The night passed quickly. The fish pond was drained. The impatient nobleman hugged the fish to his chest. He later became a gynecologist, checking each fish mother fish, checking the fish for eligibility. For the others, release them into a muddy fish pond. Another night has passed. I see the noble brother approaching the pool. The mother fish is still swimming in the water. This is a sign that the fish are spawning. The noble brother picked up the weeds and looked at it. Fish eggs everywhere. He took out the mother fish, because the mother fish will be very hungry after being scooped. The space is narrow and there is not enough food. Sooner or later, thousands of fish will die. Have you learned it yet? Next, the noble brother will go chopping wood again. He can also grow green vegetables. I think he got the seeds in the forest. The man in front of me, he lived alone in the wilderness for 4 years. Today, he finally got to eat vegetables he grew himself. The green trees fill him with hope for the future, and all this great harvest. Can't live without his protection day and night. Judging from this sexy cloak, you know how hard-working he is. Green food does not cause pollution. Even the little worms come to congratulate. I'm sorry. Each worm was brought into the past by the noble brother, stumbled into the fish pond, cut off the heads and tails of the vegetables. The remaining parts are the best. Just this masterful technique is overwhelming. The plants you grow yourself will look delicious. Nothing is left out, making sure everything is utilized to the fullest, worthy of a wild noble. Dubai style. The noble brother has entered the room. The largest rice cooker emerged, washing vegetables many times with water. It turns out that this water tank is not a bathtub. I just said it. Such a small bathtub, how could it hold a 250-pound man like him? Eat well and drink enough water. The noble brother continued to be busy. I don't know how long it took him to cut 3 trees, but all were carried back to the tent. Today, a noble brother carried firewood on his thin shoulders. Each one here weighs at least 600 kilograms. His body seemed to be filled with energy, tirelessly walking through the forest paths. Even his beloved leather shoes were torn. He was truly as strong as a bear. His back was full of scars. Next, he has another big project coming up. No need for modern tools. How to build a luxury villa in the wilderness. The noble brother has been busy for 4 years. He specially chose today to carry out the biggest project of his life, to marry a beautiful, rich woman. No matter how difficult or tiring it is, it doesn't matter. It seems that the quiet valley is about to be no longer peaceful. Dry bacon can also be stored in the bedroom. 2 large baskets of bacon here. To make sure it was dry, the noble brother even took a bite. After finishing the job, the noble brother went to the water wheel. For a moment, the noble brother felt confused. He still caresses his old friend. The days by the mill come back. Sadness beyond words. Fortunately, the noble brother's thinking has caught up with the times. After all, the new will not appear until the old is gone, right? To relieve the pressure, he used the kicks to push down the drain. To make the most of the land resources, he also inserted some wooden bars around. very determined and fearless. Shovels of soil were loaded into the off-road vehicle. The tattered robes showed the temperament of a king. At this moment, he was like a god of war. The digging tools became more and more fierce. Keep going. Keep going. It's almost dinner time. The work is almost done. A 6-meter area has appeared present. He couldn't wait any longer. Busy most of the day, the noble brother was feeling hungry. First he processed 3 small fish, put it on the fire and roast it. When the time passes, I smell the fragrance just by looking at it. Suddenly, my mouth watered, after eating and drinking to my heart's content. The noble elder brother quickly fell into a peaceful sleep. How wonderful is an all-round jungler. Not only did he not starve to death in the wilderness, he also built a luxurious building with his own hands. Such a traditional house. I believe that many people born in the 80s and 90s are familiar with it. I've lived here for 60 years. In summer. Feeling very good. Let's see the noble guy today. How can one build success? First he sharpened the tool, using an iron knife to split the bamboo into 2. The split bamboo sticks were used as measuring sticks. Measure the length and width of the foundation of the new house. Then follow this standard image. Cut the required length, like a carpenter, even without any tools. Accuracy can be guaranteed to 0.01 millimeters. Otherwise, the whole house will collapse. Draw a vertical line with ink. After fixing, drag the ink line to the other side. I only hear a clicking sound. A straight black line is left on the wooden bar. Then punch a hole along the black line. The hammer and chisel make a loud noise. Another piece of wood. Use a saw to cut the groove. Finally, use a hammer to secure. Not only strong and durable, and save labor. 50 years of carpentry techniques, William. It was truly the pinnacle. A 2-meter deep hole was gently dug. After a while, the foundation was filled with similar deep holes. He began to erect the pillars, just like this, back and forth a few times. The house was basically formed. Dinner was baked sweet potatoes. Even though it was time to eat, he still didn't forget his work. Right, the ideal family man. It tastes delicious when bitten by bit. Beef contains 4 to 5 times more protein than pork. The noble brother has entered the working state. Place a small stone at the bottom of the hole to prevent the wood from rotting, using his strength to lift thousands of pounds of wood. The small body seemed to have limitless strength. He moved up little by little. After 5 minutes of trying, all the pillars have been installed. The nobles reached the riverbank again. He put the stones in the off-road vehicle, then staggered back to his house step by step. Stone after stone was put into the pillar to reinforce against moisture. After that, the noble brother brought back several carts of sand. Add the prepared quicklime and stir well. After mixing, it will become high-quality concrete. Have you learned it yet? Like a skilled carpenter, he did not waste a single minute. I saw the axe strike down twice. He was very careful and also used a ruler to measure. After ensuring compliance with international standards, using nails to secure it firmly. Then, the noble brother dragged a pile of palm leaves. His body seemed to be full of energy, tirelessly pacing back and forth on the roof. The whole house gradually became complete. You can see how big this project is. Let's enjoy his masterpiece again. For years have passed in the busyness, effort and trying. Do you remember the cassava that William planted before? After 3 years of careful care, the cassava has spread throughout the mountains behind. The noble brother carried a large bag. There are dozens of acres of farmland here. He had to speed up today. Using strength to pull out the cassava. What appeared in the vision was a long cassava. He said nothing and immediately chopped it twice. The cassava appeared. Many lawn tubers stretched out like octopuses. Look into such a large yield. In his excitement, he threw the cassava several meters away. The plants that used too much force would break in half. He dug them up mercilessly. He is sitting on the ground, cutting off the excess roots with a sharp knife. How much can this cassava be sold for? After processing, he moved everything back to his residence. Time flies. It's time to eat. The noble brother is preparing dinner. Here I want to remind you. You must peel the cassava before eating. Wash it with plenty of clean water times. Finally, simmer for 30 minutes. In the free time to cook, William peeled each remaining cassava root one by one, cleaning, then cut into small pieces. The small pieces are dried on the stove. The rest can be left outside to dry. Now with these extensions, William is going to see eyes, wishing him a beautiful wife. Why not like and sub for him?